Good morning. It's another beautiful overcast day here in Victoria. Birds are flying. A little bit of raining happening here, and it's yeah, it's really good. I just want to talk a little about it here today. I was chatting with my wife. I said I'm trying to work out my topics for the day, and I thought, well, hey, what should I talk about? And she says you should talk about love. So I said, okay, I'll talk about love today. As it applies to business, I think there's a lot of value in doing what you love and loving what you do. And I used to use this expression when I was younger, and I used to say, I work to live, I don't live to work. And what I found over time is that my work has become my hobby, and my hobby is my work. And so I found that when I kind of analyze what work it is I like to do the most, I like building software. So making tools, but one of the biggest, and this is where I've been frustrated with, I think, in the last month or so, has been my I want to I want others to enjoy that whatever I make, and it seems like I go through this pattern of making something like I create a solution without really fleshing out what is the problem, right? And that's why I can make a solution. I can solve this problem, no problem. But it's not a problem unless it's a problem for others, because otherwise no one's going to use the solution. So um, I know I'm thinking now in my mind about Arbanon and how it solves a lot of little problems. And what is it that I love about this system? And what is it that I love about this work that I'm doing on the system? And if I go forward, keep going and build and grow and turns into a business beyond just me, myself, and I, what is it I'm going to love to do in that business? And I think seeing the stats of people are using it, I think that's important. I want to hear the stories of people saying, "Yeah, this was really helpful for me." That's to me, that's the ultimate achievement. That's the way I want to get to. That's where I want to go, because I haven't seen a lot of that in a lot of the software I've built. Built a lot of tools that have helped in a moment, but it hasn't had a lot life beyond that moment, or that like a project, for example, which comes and goes. So what I love is I'd like to design things. I like to hear what people are talking about as their issues, and I like to figure out a way to solve that and make it streamlined, because I don't think people know what is really possible. And I get obsessive about when I'm really obsessing about something. I really can get it down to the microseconds. I can get it down to the minutia of things. Just a little. It's hard to explain it unless you've lived it. Like a good, for instance, is when I built my always search Chrome plugin. When you think about it in your whole day to day, you're not sitting there thinking, I need to solve this problem of if I'm doing online arbitrage in my Amazon business, I don't think, okay, cutting and pasting and opening a new Chrome tab and pasting a search in there I'm not thinking that, okay, this is a major problem I need to solve. But I created a little plugin that you just right click stuff, or you have a couple of buttons, you tab, and you go from Amazon.com in the States to Amazon.ca. And it's just such a small little thing that saves so much headache and so much hassle. And then it's a lot easier to manage all those tabs that you're opening up, and it just streamlines that whole bit of business. So for me, I find that that's the way I've find myself building a lot of solutions. I was zeroed on this one little weird thing, and I love zeroing in on those things because it's like it's cool. I don't know, for some reason it's just the way I am. I like those utilities, those things that solve that little things. I don't know why. And so I built this Arbanon, and it does that in a lot of ways. And so as a keychain of it opens up a lot of doors. It saves a lot of time in this little thing and this little thing and this little thing, but overall it saves a lot of time. And I think when I'm rambling on this is that I think where my passion is to continue to bring that into the system and into the solution, so that people will try it, hopefully try it, use it, and get the value, and they'll see that they're saving time and effort, and they can scale their businesses with the same or less staff, and with the same or less headache, and with the same, well, with definitely less errors and less problems in their business process. So that's what I'm trying to kind of achieve. And I think I would love for my day to just be waking up in the morning, coming in and just thinking okay, what can I work on today? What 8-hour task should I work on to solve on the system today? And that would be great. And if I even had like a week long or a month long, breakdown of here's what I'm going to work on, even if I don't stick to that 100%, at least I have that's what I'm working on. I just want to make building this thing and growing it and making it super intense so that there's nothing out there that can even come close to comparing. And to me, that is what I love to do. That's what I want to do. And I've got a great base. I just need to now get people in there to share and experience that as well. And that part of it, I don't love. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I feel like I had a great chat with someone yesterday. He gave me a great idea about something. And part of that conversation was he was asking me if I have the whole RA/OA workflow in my system. And I said I do, because I've been running my system. I did a lot of online and retail arbitrage. I did all that stuff through Arbitron, 100% for sure. But I just didn't feel like it's. So as I was describing it to him, I said, okay, here's the 5 P's of e-commerce. His response was interesting to me. It was, those are a lot of big words, essentially, right? So I'm like, oh, interesting. I never thought of it like that. But I use the word procurement. People don't know what that word means, so I guess I'm not doing a very good job of using words that come to people's minds easily and what they can relate to. And so as a result, people get kind of disconnected from it. They think, okay, well, that's too complicated. So I got to take a lesson from that and pivot my thinking about how to do that. So I don't know. So that end of it, like communicating out to the people, I think it's not my forte. I have this process I've talked about. It's this 1585 rule, and so I need to maybe continue down the path of breaking it down even more simply, and just talking about the most simple aspects of it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just not in the right voice for that, but I need to kind of make it simple so that people will see that there's value and they can see the love that I put into this tool and this suite of tools. So that's where I'm at. I don't know. I think that's about love. I mean, I love to work on this stuff. I love to think about it. I like to see my work come into the thing. And actually, just thinking about when I first got into programming, like one of the coolest things is when you think about software, like there's before you even do anything, there's just a blank screen. There's all these pixels that do nothing. And then by entering some commands, all of a sudden something shows up on the screen. And then you make some more lines of code. And then when you click on a button, for example, things happen. It does stuff. It takes life. And it's just like there's this power of interactive creation, and it's just, there's something really cool about that. And, there's just, I've always had this love of programming. I've been programming since 1986. When I was grade 6, I started hacking it, figuring out GW Basic on my Tandy 1000. I mean, it's 2021 now, so what's that, like 30 years, 35 years? That's a long time to be programming, So obviously I love that. And, what I find is, even when I was doing a lot more of my consulting business in the evenings, my pastime was I was programming some little side utility or something. I like programming. And it's a problem to me and I have control over. I can solve it. I can fix it. I can do it. I can make it be exactly as much as I want or as little as I want or as comprehensive as I want. The exact, what I've envisioned, I can put into software. So that's a superpower, and I need to leverage that. And I need to build those softwares that will reflect what people need to solve their problems, and that will be my path to money. So I need to really hone in on this and make some money. But I need to figure out a way to sell it, because that's where I'm not getting the right traction. I'm not getting the words out there so that people go like, "Ooh, I want to come and get this." So I need to figure that out. Is I'm not doing a good job in that area, and it's a tough thing for me to crack because I thought I was there in one way, in a couple ways, and it's just not quite there. So, anyways, I'll work on it. I ain't giving up. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, have yourself a great day.